Don't watch me, watch Nolazine TV. It's the best video ever and subscribe to it.
Well, what's good, man? It's Perk, and you watching Nolazine TV.
Okay. So tell everybody where you from.
I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, uptown, 11 Ward.
Okay. So when did you start making music?
I started making music when I was 14 years old, I would say. I started singing when I was 4. I started recording myself 14. Started making beats at 18. So I would say somewhere around 16 is where I would say I really jumped off the porch and said, this is what I'm going to start doing. You know what I'm saying? 16 years old.
Okay. So growing up, who influenced you for us to start making music?
Who influenced me to start making music?
Mm-hmm.
That's a hard question. I think music influencing my life is come from a lot of people. I mean, it comes from my mom. But definitely my mom was playing Tupac, Lauryn Hill. She was playing all of the classics, but seeing my mama vibe to that music and dance and have fun, it just kind of made me want to do that for her too. Cause I was a mama's boy as a kid. I just wanted to make my mama smile. So,
singing, huh?
yeah, it just made her smile, and it was something I ended up growing. Like, it just was like a gateway to showing me that I loved it too. And then that's just kind of how that happened. So before anybody, I would probably say my mama. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. So, tell the people how did you come up with your name?
Oh, Perk. So, Perk is short for Perkins. My last name is Perkins. My first name is Craig.
A lot of people probably thought you were talking about Percocet.
A lot of people did think I talk about Percocets. I still meet people to this day, and they're like, "What's your name?" I'm like, Perk. And they're like, "Oh, you sell drugs?" I'm like, "No, I don't sell no drugs. I don't sell no drugs. No, I just, that's my name." So
I just shouted it out.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So do you have any projects coming up?
I just dropped a project not too long ago called Better. That was dropped on August 21st. And I am working on new music right now, but I'm thinking about dropping singles more than I am about dropping projects at this point. I've dropped 3 projects. I seen what the results of those were, which were good, but I feel like I could have more longevity growing as a business if I drop singles, pay attention to one of those, and see how that goes, and get to the next one. At least do 3 singles and then an album. Who knows? It's all up in the air.
So, on your project, that you just dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any features on there?
Oh yeah, I got my guy Han, who's my cousin, but his name is Han. He's a new artist, and I've been helping him find his sound and stuff. I also got my guy Flightchus. Okay. I got my guy D1. And and I got my guy Greg Banks.
Greg Banks, I never heard of him. I'm gonna check him out now.
Yeah, Greg Banks from Uptown too. He did something with G-Eazy. A long time ago, yeah, he did something with G-Eazy. It was called Run Around Sue, back when Tyler Yee was in New Orleans making videos, and they did a little project together. So, but he's doing his own thing. He's so real funky. Y'all should check him out. He out there in New York now. So.
So what's the average day like for you?
Average day. So my life just changed. I used to work at the refinery, and I used to get up and just go insulate pipes all day. But I got fired.
Damn. How you got? Hey, please tell me you didn't get fired any day off.
Man, I got fired because I was on the scaffold without a harness. So I had an option. I was like, you know what? I could.
Safety precautions.
Yeah, basically safety rules. But I had an option. I could either go try to find another job, or I could just chase music 100%. And I just decided to just do the 100% music. And just open up my home to become a recording studio, and I charged an affordable rate for local artists to come and get real quality sound, so we can all overall sound like better artists. And I think
that'd be my main goal. I've been trying to teach artists actually, not to worry about getting signed, but find multiple ways to make income.
Exactly.
As a music artist.
Exactly. And that's what I'm just kind of opening my eyes to. Because at first it was all about the fun and games, all about, I just want to have this great song. I want to, have everybody turn up to this great song. But at the end of the day, you have a child, or you have bills, or you have life, so you still got to pay to live. So you need to be able to create some type of income. One T-shirt is equivalent to 5,000 Spotify streams.
Right.
You
got to sell your merch.
Exactly. So, I'm just saying all that to say that you're not going to get as much money off of just making music. You need to have some form of income. So in the day of life for me, I just wake up in the morning, I look at my phone and see who's scheduled to record, and then I just get to recording. And then when somebody called me for an interview like Nolazine TV, I pop up.
You got to?
I have to.
Okay. So tell your fans something about you that you don't show on your social media.
Something about me that I don't show on my social media. Okay. What is it? Something about me. I'm a deep thinker. I'm a really deep thinker. I plan out a lot of things. A lot of things aren't just boom, it just happens. I really have a dry eraser board at home. I write down all my goals. I try to figure out, I brainstorm a lot on what I'm gonna do. I premeditate a lot. And then I come on the gram like I just do this, but I really calculate a lot more than what I portray to be on Instagram. And I think that plays into it actually being more successful. The fact that I don't act like I have it all figured out, just taking one step at a time. I think people kind of love ignorance in a way.
Okay, so I have a funny question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 years ago, you made this song. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna let you say it in a second. Like, hey, what was going on in your world to make you come up with this song? And I want you to sing it for him and just tell him how you came up with this song.
So the song he talking about is called 9 Inches. And I came on there, toot that ass up, toot that ass up, toot that ass up. I got a 9-inch dick for you. Okay. Now, the reason why I made the song, I probably was a little hot in the ass as a young kid, you know what I'm saying? And I just wanted, to make a song where, girls could feel like they could fuck somebody or look up to somebody that has a big junk. But that's relevant now, you know what I'm saying? I got bigger and better shit to talk about on my music. I was just having fun, man. Fuck, we was young. We was in the club turning up. People was out there, man. New Orleans is turning up. You can say whatever the fuck you want on records these days. People say all kind of shit, so,
okay.
Hey.
So tell the people, what is the best song that you made so far, and tell the people why.
The best song that I've made thus far. It's so hard to single in on the best, but it all depends on what you're looking for. People's favorite song is Birds in the Sky. I think that's because it's a vibe, and I think that's because I'm catering to what the woman actually feels and what they want to hear. And I actually got that song from someone actually having a conversation with me. It wasn't like I just wrote the lyrics. Say you need a nigga who romantic, somebody who consistent with the seed that they done planted. Everything changed, you don't seem to understand it. Love until you come, but can you overcome the damage? Everything hurts even worse when you're married. Don't let what I say go overhead like an addict. Running while you can, while you're still a step ahead. If the ship is on the edge, while you looking for the balance. So I was really just reiterating what someone told me on the phone, like, he not being consistent no more. I really love him and I really want to, make it work, but it's not the same. And I think once I made that and I said exactly what she said on the record, I started seeing a bigger response from a lot of women. And I never knew that a lot of women felt the same way as this one girl that I talked to. So I think that's kind of like the best song because it reached people and in different places than just sounding good,
Okay. So let's talk about being consistent. Like I tell most artists now, this is the best time, especially during the pandemic, to put music out because everybody on their phone. But it's so easier to get on now. You just gotta be consistent with dropping visuals.
Right.
People like I tell people, I don't like to listen to music. I like to get that visual. I want to see it. It makes me, get more in tune with the song. So like, how important do you think it is for an artist to consistently drop music videos?
Music videos can be used as a tool. It's very important to use them because music videos kind of grow out the span of how long you could stay on a single. Like for example, if you drop a record and you put that record on iTunes, like the Baby did this. He did I forgot what record he did, but I think it was some bopping it. I needed some bopping it, and it was running on the radio for a long time. And then he jumps to another song, and before he gives out his whole catalog, then he drops the video, and everybody's back to bop. Right. And now that gives your brand longevity or your product longevity, because now you know, you can make it last longer, and people will be into streaming your song once they see something, because once they have the visuals in their mind, then they thinking about that as they're listening to it. So I definitely think it's
people just like looking at people
Mhm.
do stuff. Like that's why I think on like TikTok became so important
Mhm.
because other people just watching what other people doing,
Mhm.
but they added artist music.
Yeah, definitely.
But it helps the artist way different now.
Definitely. Yeah, it's definitely changing. It ain't just music no more. No matter how good you are. I mean, you could be great.
You gotta make a catchy song.
You could be great. You could be the greatest lyricist, the greatest singer in the world, the greatest rapper in the world. But it has to have something else besides just the greatness of how good of an artist you are.
You gotta have a niche.
Yeah, something about it, you know.
Okay. So tell the people, what do you enjoy most about being a music artist, and also like what do you hate most about being a music artist?
What I enjoy most about being a music artist is that I have the ability to be who I want, and express myself how I want without anyone interrupting me. Like, you know, when I'm on the microphone, I can say how I feel, and that's just that, you know. And, you know, I have the power to like it's so amazing when you think about it, bro. Like, I'm in my living room making a beat and recording myself, and I want the person to do this, and someone way in Switzerland is listening to this song, doing whatever the hell I had intended for them to do. That's dope to me. That's like magic. It's like voodoo on some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But that's what I love about it. What I hate about it, or what I dislike about it, because I don't hate anything about being a musician. The thing I dislike about it is, you know, the lack of respect, or not so much respect, but acknowledgement, you know, for how hard someone has to go in order to shine in this industry. You have to go extremely hard. But I mean, some people go really hard and they just don't want to give you an opportunity, you know what I'm saying? But that's all what makes it good at the end of the day, because the harder you go, the more you appreciate this shit. And when people start rolling in, and it's like the momentum builds up, and you're like, fuck y'all motherfuckers, I'm the best artist ever, nigga. Kind of like sports, you know.
Alright. So how well do you take on a constructive criticism?
I do take constructive criticism very well, but from people that I feel have done enough in order to give criticism, and depending on what they're criticizing. Like, if you're criticizing from a standpoint of a listener, like, hey, I don't really like this because whatever the case may be, I totally respect that. But for someone who's like saying, you know, yeah, man, you need to promote, or you need to do this, and you need to do that, and then you ask them, well, what's the first thing you would spend your money on if you had to promote? Well, how you gonna tell me I need to promote, and you don't know nothing about promotion? People love giving directions to places they've never been. Stop doing that.
I always give directions to places I've never been. Go to French Quarter right now. All right. So has there ever been a point in your music career, when you just wanted to give up? Yes, indeed. When I had my little boy, you know, when my little boy was born, like, damn, I gotta make some more money.
Yeah, you know, I was working at a restaurant. I was making $14 an hour, and I just was wondering how in the hell was I going to support this kid. And so, you know, I just felt like it was really hard to like make it in this career and be a dad at the same time. And so I gave up. You know, I gave up pursuing it, but I never stopped making music. I just gave up pursuing it. And then after a while, it just clicked back. But you have those times, you know?
Okay. So, in your city, do you feel like other artists in your city support each other?
I do feel like there is support in this city, and I don't want to sit up here and act like there is no support at all. There is a very strong, strong lack of support in New Orleans, but I do feel like that kind of goes with both ways. Like, people just need to stop saying it and just start doing it, you know? Like, I'm not gonna sit on my Instagram and talk about how you don't support me. Like, I'm not worried about those people who don't support me. Like, if you are in New Orleans and you know it's extremely hard out here, and you find one person who's going hard behind your shit, post for that one fucking person. Stop worrying about the 20 people that don't fuck with you, because now the one person that do fuck with you see that all you care about is the 20 people that don't fuck with you. All that energy you posting about them not fucking with you, this person has been doing everything to fuck with you. I had somebody fucking homeless posting my music out of a fucking Uber. Man, listen to this, listen to this. Now I could sit up here and be like, y'all don't want to post me on y'all page. I could be like, man, this dude, say everybody, this dude homeless and he posted my music. Turn that shit into a positive. Turn it into a promo. Take that video of him being homeless. Go get a guy $20. Go take him out to eat or something. Make something out of it.
Find your niche.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Make
Like,
something bigger of that.
Like I tell artists, like every time I was like personally, like if I was a music artist,
Mhm.
every time I drop a video, I'll put like a $300 budget
Mhm.
together and find a few people on my page,
Mhm.
give them all $5. I want y'all to post my video at 5 o'clock
Mhm.
at the same time.
Mhm.
Give them all $5.
Mhm.
That's gonna build your algorithm.
Exactly.
That's gonna get your streams up.
Exactly.
Simple shit like that. You have to come out with a marketing budget.
Exactly.
Or you can find 20 blogs. You ain't gotta go to the biggest blog.
Exactly.
Post it at the same time.
Exactly.
Instead of complaining, man, the blogs don't mess with me. I'm like,
Mhm.
come on, man.
Mhm.
And guess what? You look at the blogs to post you to make you income, but you not realizing these people got bills too.
Right. Everything costs.
And guess what? It don't even have to cost money sometimes. You just build a relationship. Just go, go buy a t-shirt. Go hang with them for a
Right,
while.
right.
Buy them a drink in the club.
Right.
It's simple ways to build a relationship with a person.
Right.
But most artists rather complain about it. That'd be like weird to me.
Definitely. I think creating a relationship works better when you on your shit.
Right. Like my thing is, I tell artists just be consistent. Somebody
Mhm.
gonna mess with you. If
Right.
you're dropping, it's gonna be hard to deny a person that's
Yes.
steady dropping.
Yes.
If you that consistent, if that's just like Nolazine, I knew that Nolazine was gonna pop because I used to do like 10 interviews in one day.
Yeah.
Just dropping them back to back to back to
Mhm.
back. Like nobody ever did that before.
Yeah.
Especially in Louisiana.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I knew they was gonna support me.
That's dope.
But that's crazy.
That's dope.
So, well, hey, what you said was you built the studio in your house, but I'm gonna just ask anyway.
Hmm.
How, like on the average, how many hours do you spend in a studio?
How many hours I spend in the studio? Okay, before I had my job, I would spend maybe 8 hours a day in the studio, and probably 4 of those hours I'm asleep. Okay, so now I spend 24 hours in the studio, and about let's say 16 of those hours I'm working on music. So it's a big upgrade and definitely helping me like get better with this and focus all my attention on just music, you know.
Okay. I got a funny question for you.
What's that?
So has Perk ever been catfished?
Have I ever been catfished, meaning has somebody used my picture, or have I been catfished by somebody?
Yeah, have you been catfished by somebody?
Have I been catfished? I don't know. I think I have, bro. I had this girl hit me up in the DM. You know what I'm saying? She was sending me naked pictures and shit, man. And I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to fuck too, cause she was fine as a motherfucker. But I was like, this dangerous, cause I don't know this person. I'm a demon. But still, you hear me? Like, shawty was bad, but I ain't never meet her. So
Man,
I could have been
catfish
catfish.
me. She talk about, I'm in your city, and them motherfuckers, they would talk about, send me $30, I need help.
30, I don't
Oh, you a
know.
Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, you know that's a catfish. She started asking for bread. It's up.
I only come and meet you anyway. You gotta meet me in a neutral place. Just so I can walk off from your ass. Okay, so I'm like 3 years from now,
Yeah.
where do you see your music career going?
3 years from now, I see myself at least writing in the industry, or if not, being a professional artist. I do see myself in the industry though, as a working something. I mean, I have so much to offer to the table. I don't know what is going to be needed from the industry, but I know whatever they need me for, I'll be ready for it. So if that comes down to writing, I'll be ready for it. If it comes down to engineering, I'm ready. Producing, I'm ready. Just being an artist, I'm ready.
And you're gonna be around the music industry.
Yeah, I'm just going to do music
Focus.
until, yeah, I'm doing music 24/7.
Okay. So, do you feel like you have to move out your city? I'm like, once your music career, reach a certain milestone?
Do I feel like I have to move out of my city once it reaches a certain milestone? I do feel like there's gonna require you to move around. You know what I'm saying? Like far as like leaving the city or abandoning it is not what my intentions are. you know. But in order to spread, you definitely have to go and step out and get to some other states and start getting this in people's faces. Viruses can't infect people who aren't exposed to it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to expose yourself.
Oh, that's a good way of thinking about it.
Facts.
So, what's your advice to a young artist trying to follow in your footsteps?
My advice to a young artist trying to follow my footsteps would be to not worry about what people say. Study. Do not stop. Study. Research. Your best friend is your phone. Your best friend is your phone. For anybody who's doing any type of, you know, craft or anything, you don't have to go to school for it. There's Google, there's YouTube, there's billions of people around the world that are uploading the information that you need to know. You just need to go and find it.
You have to do your due diligence.
Yes, yes.
Always.
Yes.
Okay, so tell the people, what's next with Perk? Like, more merch, website, starting a label, management, what you doing?
Next right now, we just starting up the business for the home studio. So if y'all want to come and record, it's $30 an hour. If you want to learn to be an engineer, it's $50 an hour. And that's really affordable rates. But at this point, you know, I just want to help out my city and at the same time grow as a business. You know, I want them to become more present. I want these ideas to be as best that they could be heard, you know, because we have some really good ideas down here, but it's either the people who really know how to do it don't have the time, or they're too expensive for these people who are, you know, young and they can't really get off their feet with this. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I come into play, where I could be that stepping stone for you to start and have a real understanding of what this music is, you know?
Okay. And last but not least, tell everybody what can they find you on social media and also on other music platforms.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Perk504, Twitter at 504Perk, Facebook at Craig Perkins. Y'all can find me on Tidal, Apple, YouTube. Just type in Perk. I got one album out called Substance, another called Too Great to Be Good, and my last and final album so far is called Better. So y'all check those out.
Nolazine, make them scream. Nolazine. Make them scream. Scream. Nolazine, make them scream. You heard me.